Hello and welcome to the Spikeball Tour Series Challenger event in Richmond. Okay, sorry.
We are live.
Okay, some technical difficulties there. But Ruth,
Sorry.
how's the mixed division been today?
Oh, tough. It's been tough. I played with Skylar. Yeah, we actually had a great time. We had loads of rallies, but I'm still not used to receiving this level of serve, so it's like getting used to that.
Right.
Just getting a hand on a serve to me is a win, is a point. But no, it's been a blast. The wind's been a little bit annoying.
Yeah, it's been really just upwind, downwind games where some rallies live and die on some crazy sets coming back to net. And
the chance that a set's going to be good in this wind is questionable. But
yeah, ball control is at an all-time high premium.
Yeah, for sure. But no, it's been great. It's been a blast. The whole weekend's been a blast.
Yeah, I know you're part of the crew that was back in Orlando last week. We saw you on the other side of the screen playing some women's division roundnet with your teammate Nicole.
Yep.
Getting a little mug, second place down there in Orlando.
Yeah.
But yeah, this weekend, join us in the booth, so we appreciate it. And excited to see we've got Pearson and Picone playing Gross Hoy in our semifinal match, and we're going to throw to the action momentarily. Ruth, what are you looking for? Have you been able to see really both of these players over the last week and a half? So talk to me a bit in particular about Katie Pearson and the Kara Hoy, that matchup that you've seen from them, both playing against each other or playing against you.
Yeah, I'm like so impressed. I'd heard of Katie Pearson. I had not heard of Kara. Obviously, I'm very, maybe I'm just disconnected from US stuff, but I mean, absolute ballers. Both real strong servers. Kara's like hits, I think, are another level. And yeah, I just feel like they both read the game really well. Like defense. Yeah, they're both pretty quality players, to be honest.
Yeah, especially I haven't gotten to see too much of Pearson myself for the past week. Definitely an up-and-coming phenom in her own right, already pretty much established and still a minor technically, which is so impressive. And Hoy earlier today has just been looking really patient on the ball, despite the wind, waiting for the ball to still get pretty low and able to hit all her angles despite all those influences of the gusts.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that matchup.
She can do no wrong. she just everything she does is controlled, composed. Yeah, absolute top player in my eyes.
Yeah, she and her teammate Ryan Gross have gotten a lot of really good defensive touches and have a ton of composure getting the ball back to net. But up first is Picone with a really good cut serve.
Yeah.
And he himself has also been looking in form the start of this Spikeball Tour Series season, as it were. So opening up with a break. Second serve, a couple fakes in here. Some good contact, but like you said, Hoy just really controlled there with the backhand flick.
For it. Let it come low. Good confidence, really.
Yeah, and like you said, not really being as familiar with her as a player, just to see that kind of poise out of someone who's not as experienced at the high level. Oh.
Yeah, unlucky. Yeah, do you know how long she's been playing?
Not familiar how long she's been playing roundnet, generally speaking, but I do believe last year was her first foray into the Spikeball Tour Series world.
Yeah.
So as far as playing at the highest level, about a year and change for Kara Hoy, that is.
Awesome.
And took home a couple of accolades last year. Many a podium, finished top 4, or really 4th place at the National Championship in October last year.
Yeah, not surprised. Plays with a lot of confidence.
And a fun fact for Kara Hoy, last week won the women's division and then the mixed division in back-to-back tournaments in Orlando.
She's making waves.
Yeah, her teammate Ryan Gross won the premier division yesterday, so he's actually trying to match the feat she put out 1 week later. Would be a really cool opening to their mixed division season. trying to qualify for the co-ed pro division at the Spikeball Tour Series Championship later this year.
What's your predictions on this game?
On this game, whenever I'm on the mic, I feel like I get myself in trouble as soon as I start talking about what I think's going to happen.
We're not allowed to say this.
I don't know if I'm not allowed to say, but I think anytime I do, I just get roasted for being wrong.
Fair enough.
From time to time, I might say that Will Picone maybe should not be hitting a left serve here and go back to a strong right hand, but
for a second, yeah.
He's the top player, and I'm just behind the boots, so I can only know and say so much.
It's a great receive by Kara.
Yeah, and a really good recovery set too from Gross, but Hoy actually uncharacteristic with a not as good finish, not able to get around the ball and just skims it for an up and down hit.
Yeah.
Not going to challenge them.
Still scrambling from the receive, I think.
Yeah, that footwork, such a key factor in getting a clean put away to drive the ball upwards. And
ooh, wow.
Speaking of footwork, Gross unable to get out to that ball. Ridiculous no-touch lefty ace. Oh, just gonna get a better angle on that here. You see Picone fakes right, and he's able to hold Gross really well, respecting that he's got a strong right-handed cut serve and lefty cut serve. That opens up so many angles, and they play off each other. A second serve, trying to extend the lead. And already a 2-5 deficit for Hoy Gross, the champs last week in Orlando. Oh, might be a 3-5 deficit, excuse that.
Yep. Go on.
Gross unable to get the ball.
Stop just short of that.
Yeah, we was not sure if he might have had a soft touch on the way up, but it looked like the ball may have already been on the way down, so unable to get the second touch set back to Hoy for the hit. A little bit surprised he didn't go for a foot there. I know he's had a couple of those touches this weekend. Loves to hook the ball back towards the net by using his foot instead of his hand. But now being able to carry the ball, Ruth, like, has that been something you've seen extend reach and getting more touches on the ball?
Totally. Sorry, I just finished this right up.
Oh.
Oh, for sure. I love that rule change. I feel like it's only done good things for rallies. I've definitely carried the ball a lot on serve receives.
Yeah, once you get a hand, like you said, that's a win.
You get a hand, and sometimes it stays on your hand for a bit, and that should be fine. Like, keep the game going, keep the rally alive. It's a good lefty. Yeah,
Picone tried to keep this rally alive, and Pearson nearly gets a lefty back to net.
See that move in the wind?
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, it looks like the ball is being toyed with by someone doing a CGI. That's actually just gusts of wind in the mid-teens.
Not that big.
Yeah, not yet, not quite.
Not there yet.
Yeah, this entire background is actually just green screen, y'all. Gross.
Wow.
Yeah, returns the favor to Picone, who went with his left. Gross takes him with a righty. And all you can do is just tip your hat if you're wearing one.
Let's see how wide this goes. Nice.
Yeah. Really good control. Gross has got a lot of length on him, able to lean over the serving line a little bit, but then maintains the balance to keep his body outside of that serving line, not fall into the cylinder.
Yeah, that's a great reverse. He's probably one of the taller players I've seen. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think yesterday he was just getting massive touches from the serving line just by jumping up and blocking, and I was super impressed by that. He was getting boom balls like that.
Yeah, and a hitting error there from Picone hits rim instead of the net. Mm-hmm. So the woes continue. Now a 5-3 lead for Picone, and Pearson becomes a 7-6 deficit. Quick exchange of breaks for Gross, and Pearson staring down another receive. Pearson, unlike Gross, not 6'3", able to take advantage of that shoulder height rule and call a fault.
Ooh. Nice flick. I feel like Kara could have got that, but just slightly out of place.
Yeah, she's rotated to a pretty good position and is pressuring that shot. So at this level, once you're in the spot, executing becomes almost an imperative.
Yeah.
Because you only get so many of those chances where the ball even comes within a foot of you.
It's a game of
margins. As noted there by Picone's ridiculous righty cut serve, that not within a foot of Kara Hoy's hands. Unfortunate for her. Another ace for Picone.
Ooh, high.
And all of a sudden, a tie game early in game 1 of our semifinals matchup. 8 apiece. And we noted this briefly talking about Pearson yesterday in her footwork and the stances she gives. Picone, very similar to her, hits a lot of the same serves, but he'll set up a lot of different stances to pressure differently. But now they're under pressure, and they can't get the ball back to net. So it'll be another break, this time Hoy on the serve. That backhand is so powerful. Well controlled.
Yeah. That was a nice jam. I think she's got good range of serves, I noticed. Like, sometimes I was standing ready for the jam, and she can cut it last minute. And obviously she's got a great backhand as well, so great range of serves. But seems like Will took that one pretty easily.
Yeah. Maybe making it look easy.
Or maybe he's
making it look easy just with the high-level skill he's able to put on camera, yeah.
Yep.
But probably not an easy feat to get those touches up.
No.
Knowing in the same spot, the ball usually goes in the ground if it hits my hand. And Hoy looking at nothing but sun there, opting to go for the high call. They double check with observers who signal high. It's a second serve here. Just getting the score sorted out, or maybe just the ready process. And a gust comes in right as that point starts, and Gross touches the net there. Looks like that'll be a point loss infraction. The observer's just huddling on a perspective there, but it seemed to be a signal of something gone wrong.
Wasn't sure if they were calling no hit zone or net touch.
Right, either of the two for Gross there would be a loss of point, but if someone else touched the net while he was hitting as they defended, then it would be a hold. So not sure exactly what the perspective was, might not have had a clear enough view, so it'll be a replayed point and revert to first serve for Pearson.
Hey, but it's so hard to see a net touch for the observers, right?
Yeah, there's so many moving pieces. There's whether the net's been touched, if the players are inside the no-hit zone, you're trying to see if the ball hits rim or if it's clean off the net. And that's not even looking at whether some touches are causing hinders and other complications, all covered in various forms and rules and officiating guidelines for these observers.
Seems like Will and Katie were trying to figure out their defense there a little bit more.
Yeah, they had a quick chat, quick chat between points.
Interesting to see their strategy going forward.
Yeah, they've played the whole day together, but likely haven't had to face the likes of Hoy and Gross.
Yeah.
One of the top teams in the field.
Good stuff.
And similarly, Hoy hasn't had to deal with those serves from Picone. That's yet another really strong ace for him. He's got quite a few already, and we're only halfway through game 1 of this match.
Do you know how old Will is?
Will Picone, I believe, is about 5 years old, Ruth. Yeah.
Wow, young team.
I believe his parents are actually on site today. They had to sign a waiver to allow him to play, and also for him to be on the broadcast stream. Yeah. No, it's yeah. He's some people wonder if he has a baby face. It's not that he has a baby face. He's actually just a baby.
Yep. I believe it.
Yeah.
They made me and Skylar feel old. So, like Katie's 17, 18.
Katie's 17. That one I know for sure.
Is young.
Yeah.
I felt old.
Yeah, it's definitely not every day you see Katie play with someone who is 1/3 her age, but here we are.
Couldn't quite get that body block up. That's the thing, though. Katie went for the body block there, but Will had already gone for the long, so I feel like they need to talk about that a bit.
Yeah.
It's hard at the moment.
Yeah, there's so many, and we see it on the replay, and it makes perfect sense when you're drawing it on the chalkboard. But in the moment when the set's coming in with that split-second decision, you have to choose somewhere to go.
Yeah.
It's always hard to let the ball go through to your teammate, hoping that they maybe rotate to it.
Yeah.
You always feel bad if you let the ball go through if you're trying to funnel to them, and they actually didn't cover that ground. It's such a split-second decision, and that's why team chemistry can be so invaluable for playing with the same partner and learning their tendencies, knowing where they're going to be.
Yeah. I don't know how it is in the US, but in Europe, people pretty much mix up co-ed partners each time. So that's an interesting one about team chemistry. Co-ed, you kind of rock up and you play. You might not have a strategy. I don't know. How is it here? Do people tend to team up for a season for co-ed as well?
Yeah, this is the first time for the Spikeball Tour Series having a co-ed pro championship. There's been various iterations of some kind of co-ed or mixed division, mixed gender national championships before, but having an actual points series or race towards a championship event for a mixed division specifically is a really exciting prospect. So that's going to force players, as we see Pearson trying to get a recovery set, but it's too far from Bocconi. But on co-ed pro specifically, being a really good incentive for players to run it back and again with the same teammate. So
yeah,
I know we talked about Hoy and Gross playing last week together, and this one too. A couple of other teams have re-upped in just the first two mixed division tournaments alone. So
I think it'll legitimize co-ed a little bit more, having teams, rivalries. I don't know. How do you qualify for co-ed pro?
Yeah, I know similar to the Spikeball Tour Series Championship, there are different points awarded to the top teams finishing, and there's a points race to make it in. And to my understanding, there are predominantly, I believe, about 14 Spikeball Tour Series Challenge events this year that will have a co-ed division, and 2 those are North American, and then 2 that are in Europe. And so 2 of the top the top teams from the 2 European mixed division tournaments will qualify for 1 spot in the co-ed pro at the Spikeball Tour Series Championship, and then the other 3 teams will be from the U.S. or really North America, as there are a couple events in Canada. So for Gross and Hoy, having a win last week and at least a top 4 this week bodes really well for them early season if they can rack them up. But I believe you are limited to only a top maybe 3 or 4 tournament finishes. If you're curious for more of those details, and you're not like Ruth wanting to grill me live, you can read up on tournaments.spikeball.com.
Sorry, Ben.
And you can fact check me in the chat. But yeah, I did not realize I was coming here for a pop quiz on a Sunday, Ruth, and I appreciate it.
Hey, just giving the viewers what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, Katie.
Oh, come on.
That's a good run.
She just runs off frame, unable to get around it. And that's even those kinds of touches now that you can get that extended contact and roll it off your hand.
Yeah.
The ball doesn't need to be as clean of a touch, so a couple more balls might be coming back to net. So not even just on the serve receive you were talking about if the ball gets stuck in your hand.
Okay, they're calling rim on this?
Yeah, looking like a rim versus near net call on Hoy's serve. We've got clean signaled from the observers, so that'll be another break. And Hoy and Gross looking to get a score precise for y'all, but relatively speaking, looks to be out of reach. Now up 6 in game 1. A great backhand push. Can you talk about the decision-making Will's making as he dives over that to go for that flick?
I mean, Ryan's there for the big backhand pull, so I think he's just making the decision based on that. But Kara was there for the push, so I don't know. It's a difficult shot to make.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have an easy put away to open space.
No.
But just in the moment, he's making sure to keep the ball pretty low as he dives across, so it's at least a harder play for Hoy to make instead of trying to hit it high and far because Gross is already running that down.
Yeah.
Pearson trying to apply a little bit of pressure. And Bocconi gives chase. He goes for the kick. Oh, He knows he's so far off net that a kick could get the ball further back to net. It's a high variance play, but as someone who likes to kick spike balls for fun, a really entertaining one.
You get it. Yeah, I feel like he could have made that with the hand, but like you said, he was a long way off the net. So.
Yeah, to get the ball high enough and far enough to give Pearson a chance to then make the set for 3 on the hit is you maybe just have to take the chance on the first touch instead of on the second or third.
Yep.
Gross for the game here. Gets a crazy touch. Oh my goodness.
Great recovery. Wow.
The defensive scheme that Gross and Hoy have set up, and we saw it last week in Orlando a little bit. We've seen it this week in the past rounds. Just the ability to get their first touches up into each other, and those sets look like they're just easy.
That's the difference, I think,
so
here.
ridiculous.
Like,
so we get another look back. The ball goes off Gross's hand and just goes right to Hoy. It's almost unfair how easy they make this play look.
They do make it look easy. Yeah, I think that's maybe what's distinguishing the teams, because these guys, they're getting defensive ups and converting. Where Katie got a few defensive ups, but they weren't converting them. They were slightly out of position. Maybe it is that team chemistry thing. Maybe they'll fix it in game 2.
Yeah, that defensive scheme definitely a bit of chemistry benefiting Gross and Hoy. And as you said, just the offensive cleanliness, getting those sets in a good spot. It's so gusty right now. The wind has been up and down into the low to mid-teens, miles per hour, that is. I know.
Hey,
what is that about? Like 20 for other European friends that might be watching, maybe like 20 to 30 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
But it's loud. The wind is strong enough you can hear it. I guess that's probably a universal. That's a universal gauge of how windy it is.
We like it. We like it.
But they're going to probably be jumping back into the action momentarily. So yeah. Anything else that Picone and Pearson need to adjust to push a third game here?
I think they're doing good serving pressure. They're putting pressure on there, but I haven't seen amazing hits.
Okay.
But maybe that's because the pressure from Gross and Hui is so strong that they're not getting good first touches to set it well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've seen them hit better.
I would agree. We talked about how Picone was having to bail out the backhand push late game, and that's really not the primary hitting option you want to have, is diving over that, hitting a weak backhand push shot. You want to be usually a little more on your feet and having an ability to push and pull the ball really hard with a forehand instead. So
exactly.
If they can get their serve receives a little bit stronger and stay in system for their setting, that should bode well for offensive holds. And like you said, Picone had a bunch of aces early in the game. They were up by quite a few early.
Yeah.
So if they're able to have that same kind of pressure and continue to keep offense clean, they could push Hoy and Gross to a third game, certainly. But we see Gross and Hoy, they feel right at home standing on this net. If they win, they'll get to stay here and play the finals. So they're just trying to get situated for the next hour or so if they have their way.
Fun fact about Ryan, he was in London with us for a while in 2019. And pretty sure that's some of the first times we had seen a cut serve, and it blew us away.
Yeah, that's Ryan Gross was studying abroad while he was at university.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember seeing a couple of clips of him doing some various cut serve challenges on social media. So he's been playing for a little while, and now he's got the reverse cut serves in his arsenal as well. So like you said, got to see some of those today in person.
Yep.
But yeah, great to see a blast from the past. Not only do we have Europeans coming over to the U.S., but some Americans have been abroad, sharing the growth of the sport, just advancing other countries too in advance of some more really exciting international competition. So Picone gets the ball to start game 2. Ooh. Bit of a scramble to get that touch on the net.
Ooh.
And a little bit of a collision there with Picone and Gross on the back end of that point.
Yep.
And I believe the observer signaling that it looked like Picone may have hit the no-hit zone, but the immediately preceding infraction was a hinder by Ryan Gross, who prevented Picone from getting out of the no-hit zone. Yeah. So just a simple infraction. Going to be a loss of point for Gross there, and 1-2-3 put away with a little more detail than most of us might care to know from the officials. Yeah, Bacon's starting off the way he started off game 1.
Yeah. That's tough to receive.
And faking once, twice, 3 times, and then just going with the left. If you could hit that lefty serve, would you just cut to the chase, Ruth?
Yeah, I personally hate fakes. Because I move when the ball is thrown up, right?
Sure.
So often I don't think fakes are necessary. However, having played Will and some other players, they definitely can lead you astray with their fakes. So it's obviously working for them.
So for those keeping score at home, that is Ruth doesn't like to use fakes herself, but they work very well on her. So if you ever see Ruth Trouton at a roundnet tournament, just know she won't fake you out. She won't fake you out, but you can fake her out. She's very generous that way.
Get rid of the fakes. Oh, that's a good run there by Kara.
Yeah, just a step or two shy.
Yep.
Getting the dig.
Still feel like Kara's getting into this game a little. Not seen her at 100% yet.
Yeah, had 1 or 2 miscues on hits in game 1.
It's a good serve.
Wow, great recovery. It wasn't the cleanest first touch, but she was able to hustle to net and get around the ball in time for a good put away.
Yep.
Great hustle. So the early split goes the way of Pearson Bacone. But when Ryan Gross has the ball, splits don't mean much of anything. Ridiculous sequence there.
Wow.
Going to break that down. A really good first touch here from Gross as he slides into the lefty pole. Clean set from Hoy, but it's just a drop on from Gross, and then Piconi with a nice push drop to close out the hold. Couple of just offsets initially, but Pearson able to get a good center there for the last one to get the hold. Usually it comes down to the first person to get a good set is going to win the point for their team.
Yeah.
Because all these hitters are so talented.
Yeah, ideally Ryan would have hit that ball instead of drop it, but I think the set was just a little off, so he kind of played it safe and was punished for it. 2 rims.
And Hoy looking to apply some pressure. Now to Pearson. Steps out. But a clean touch and a great backhand put away from Pearson.
Good composure there.
Yep. Pearson in a wide stance here. Pivots out and it's rim on the first. Looking to add to the advantage for Pearson Bacone. But it's high on the second. So we stay within 1 now. Relative to Will Picone, how many Will Picones is Ryan Gross in height when you see Will in his athletic stance here? Is it 5?
Maybe 6.
Okay. Oh, well, Will's turning 6 this year, so
well,
happy early birthday to Will Picone, turning 6 later this year. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe 20. One of the two.
Same.
Yeah. But a great break there. And tries to open up a lefty. Good recovery. Gets it to Pearson's right hand, but Hoy is in the pull spot. A weak lefty pull, though. And Pearson sets it back to Picone. Unable to get it across the net. Those recovery sets, as we said, so critical to winning the point here. Yeah. As Hoy here with a left. A bit of a miscommunication. Pearson also wanted the ball, and all of a sudden she's now got to make this set instead. Even if it's something mechanically that Pearson has that set for, mentally, knowing you're going for the first touch and all of a sudden you have to now gather for the second set instead of yourself running back to net in those microseconds is so impactful.
Yeah, and that set has to be perfect, and ideally over the other side of the net, so you have a bit of momentum to run.
Oh, it's the best feeling. Best feeling in the game to run across the net and hit it back where you came.
Okay. Wasn't sure if
and
that was high.
Ryan Gross sends that ball back to the Spikeball factory. Back to where it came from.
Now they have a 2-point lead.
Great reverse on Pearson. Keeps it so low. Pearson, again, in Ryan Gross terms, he's about 10 Katie Pearsons tall for Ryan Gross. So keeping it under his shoulder there, super impressive. And they want to take a break to talk. It's going to be an 8-5 timeout for Pearson Picone. Down a game, now down quite a few points after pretty much the same story as game one. A little bit of an early lead. What do Pearson and Picone need to do here to just reset?
Sorry, was that a question?
What do they, how do they reset?
They just need to be a little bit more clinical. Have some confidence, have some composure, because that's, I think, what Ryan and Kara have. Complete composure.
Sure.
And they're just finishing the ball well. They're defending well. Yeah, it's just margins. They need to take it back to simple round net.
Yeah, that long rally ahead for the break. If that's just a little bit further, all of a sudden that saves 1-2 of these past few breaks, and it's a very different game. But instead, the Ryan Gross break train trying to continue along its journey. And that serve just under Picone's shoulder, it looks. So another break now, up 4. Not what you want to see coming out of a timeout for Picone and Pearson.
Yeah, seems the timeout did not ruin Ryan's groove. Great dig.
Yeah,
Ooh.
those drops from Gross have been wild, but it looked have been just rude. It looked like Pearson's hit there was called a no hit zone violation, unable to get out of the no hit zone while making that drop shot herself. But
I'm pretty sure I hit the net twice as well.
With the wind today though, some of Gross's drops have actually been stopping.
Shoot,
just at the rim.
The wind has his advantage.
Exactly, just to challenge the players that much more. I saw one earlier in the round of 16 or quarterfinals, I believe, where Gross hit the ball upwind, so the ball was getting pushed back from where the server hit it, and when Hallie Rogers went to receive it, as he drops another ace, it's just unreturnable. The ball is actually under the rim almost when he's hitting some of these drops.
Back under the rim.
It's ridiculous.
Wow.
So now he's serving with a crosswind. It's left to right for Gross. So I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled out a left-handed serve to try to hit the cut with the wind, so it pushed even further away from Picone.
I wouldn't be surprised. Wow, strong lead here, 12-5. How did that turn so quickly?
He started serving at 4-5, Ruth. That was an 8-point run. 8 breaks in a row for Ryan Gross.
Yeah.
When you say how, I don't have an answer for you. I just know that it was 8 points.
It's a mystery.
We'll have to watch back the tape to see what went right for him.
Okay. Oh.
And what went right for Picone on that serve, just matching the pace and power on that cut for an ace. So you get set. Off-net set, so Picone's able to find it on defense, but the set back is weak from Pearson. It's off-net. And Hoy gives chase. Oh, the ball nearly bounced back on the net on the set from Gross.
That was amazing.
But a great read here from Picone, able to get the ball high and far. And Hoy not able to get a set from Gross.
Yeah,
a missed opportunity for Gross to save that hold.
Yeah.
They still nurse a 4-point lead here, 8-12 in game 2. Not too down about losing one break there, but a good left from Picone. And another touch. Pearson tries to find him, but he's unable to traverse no hit zone.
Yep.
Interestingly, he actually rotated his body towards where the set was coming from versus getting across from Pearson. Maybe not sure if the ball was going to reach the net, and all of a sudden he finds himself playing an over-the-shoulder set, can't find the hit.
Yeah, I feel like he maybe committed to the wrong side of the net a bit too early there.
Yeah.
Wow, strong lead here, 12-5. How did that turn so quickly? He started serving at 4-5.
Picone got 2 breaks back there, and with those 2 breaks, Hoy takes 1 away to keep the lead at a 6-point margin. We see Pearson just waving at that ball as Hoy takes the inside, but looks like she's going to maybe hit it to Pearson's left and then still pulls it to the right. Such a good use of angles. And speaking of a use of angles there, well set up from Pearson. Picone looks good on the backhand flick.
Yeah, decided to play that first serve there because they're obviously respecting Kara's serve.
Yeah,
she has a strong second.
All these players demand quite a bit of respect, or command quite a bit of respect.
Yeah.
I hope they demand it too.
Demand and command.
Oh, almost a knee block back on net from Pearson, but instead it hits the ground. Now 15-9 for Gross on the serve. Opts for another drop. Picone gives chase, but it's too high and far. That's a downwind spike for Gross. And another break now, 16-9 rotating here. Just 5 points away from a berth to the finals. Back-to-back weekends they'd be in the finals.
Yeah, that was great defense by Ryan and Kara. I feel like they shut off the push option because that would have just gone straight to Kara. So she pulled it, and Ryan was there. So they've done well. And
just the craziest reverse cut there from Gross. Ridiculous. That stayed under Will Picone's knee. And for those of you who remember, Will Picone, not the tallest person.
And only 5 years old.
Yeah. Another good rip from Gross. Might have been inside rim, though. Just clipped on the way in. Pearson disagrees. Yeah. They send that to observers who signal it was a rim, so we go to second serve now for Gross.
It's a good receive.
Oh, a fantastic, softer reverse cut there from Gross. Just a little change of pace. And yeah, like you said, Pearson all over it, gets a clean left hand on it. A 10-17 deficit, so if they can manage to hold the rest of the way, they'll need just 6 more breaks after that first one.
If there's anyone can do it, it's probably Will Picone.
Now stepping right for a reverse cut. Gross able to pick it up, and a backhand push.
So simple.
Too many options there. What a good set by Hoy.
Yeah.
Making Gross look good.
Yeah.
And now Pearson is going to need a hold. Down 7.
Lips up.
Yeah, great roll up. Use of all the squares on the net. So just as we said, down 6, you're going to need 6 more breaks to tie the game and have a chance to push extra points. Game's, of course, to 21 here. And a finals berth on the line. Great serve down the middle and a backhand flick push. Ooh. Gross returns the favor to his teammate, makes Hoy look good with that controlled set. It's all about that. Those angles.
Yep.
And having, especially for players at this level, if you have the ball off center, they're going to crash on that angle and have no problem digging it. We saw it for a couple of the rallies earlier today. Just having fewer options hitting means the defenders are strong enough to get the lined up hit, and then they'll have a center set. Oh,
that's a great left.
And another great set for Pearson.
Yeah.
Gives Picone enough time to not only get up from the set, but then run, or for the first touch, but run back to the net and get a clean low put away, pushing it in the gap. Wow.
Hanging on.
So Picone goes again. 13-19 now. His last serving rotation for the match. Doesn't want to leave Pearson with too tall a task to get 6 breaks herself.
Oh, wow.
So he gets one there.
A second serve. That is ludicrous.
Yeah, absolutely has to have that.
Yeah.
See, he's setting up with an interesting stance, looking like he's left-handed with his right foot over left, but then steps and opens his hips.
90 degrees.
So impressive. Now down only 5. And a miscue, so they'll reset the point. Steps left again, but it's going to be a righty serve. It's high, but Gross wants to play through the high.
There we go.
And another good backhand push flick from Hoy.
Keeps it so low.
Yeah, they haven't been able to answer that backhand, that flick push.
I mean, that has got to be one of the hardest shots to defend. Kara waits for it. Just a flick of the wrist.
And you can see that gap is open the whole way, too. It's way too open. Picone with a no problem there, pushing the ball on a forehand hit through the gap. And now Pearson left with the daunting task of trying to get 5 breaks just to have a chance to force Game 3 against Gross and Hoy, the STS Orlando Mixed Division champions. Takes a breath, steps out, and it's well controlled. A good lefty put away, and that's going to be game, set, match for Gross and Hoy. They take down Pearson and Picone in the semifinals here of our Richmond Mixed Division Spikeball Tour Series event.
They made it look easy, I hate to say.
Yeah, just incredible ball control here.
Yep. Even in these conditions, you can probably hear the wind. It's pretty crazy here, guys.
Yep. And it's shaping up to be a crazy finals match. But before we do that, we're going to send you all to a quick break. So grab some popcorn and stay tuned. We'll be right back with Ruth Trouton. I'm Ben Dantowitz. Stay tuned.
Refresh your routine with Protein 2.0. Looking for extra energy? We got you. Seeking a supercharge? Electrolytes included. Keeping it light? Our drinks have 0 sugar while packing in 15 grams of protein. It's all benefits, no barriers.
We've got tournaments for all ages and levels. Check out these examples to give you an idea of what skill level you're working with. Youth. A division dedicated to our rising stars. Players must be 14 or under on the day of the tournament to compete. High school. With high school clubs popping up all over the country, we are super excited to give them their own division. Players must be 18 or under on the day of the tournament to compete in this division. Beginner. Playing in your first roundnet tournament? This will be the only division with a gentleman's serve rule. If you want to play against other teams who are still learning the sport, this one's for you. Intermediate. Are you newer to roundnet or still honing your skills? This division's intended for players who want some competition but are still developing their game. Women's intermediate. Ladies, if you're newer to roundnet and looking to compete against other women, this is the division for you. Come on down for some friendly competition. Advanced. Got an arsenal of serves locked and loaded? Ready to get that defensive body up? This division is for teams that have refined their skills but aren't quite ready to compete with a no-hit zone. Women's advanced. If you've got a nasty cut serve and are looking to compete against other experienced women, you're in the right place. This division plays with the no-hit zone, and these ladies are no joke. Contender. Think you're good? Prove it. This division includes some solid teams from across the country who want to test their skills against great competition. The top 4 teams from Contender will qualify for Premier. This division plays with a no-hit zone. Premier. Well, you've made it to the end, the best of the best. If you're unsure if you qualify for this division, you probably don't. But feel free to sit back and enjoy this insane rally from our premier animals. See you soon!
This set a little short. Miramonte is able to read it well. Puts this up, but Rogers in a perfect position. Swings with her left, and there's the defensive Wu that we were talking about. This one is a great shot by Wu on the left hand. Oh my God, we got an amazing fireworks of a rally.
He does. Murphy's got a backhand into Fanaki's body. Nico puts it high. Can Gabe find the touch? Back to net.
Yeah!
Pull open the net. Pull open the net. And
Far pass, it hits the net. They leave it and get Blue gives chase on a blue ball hit from Olivia. Miramonte set, hits her in stride. Low shot defended well by Allie, who takes a left-handed stab at it. Blue gonna swing with her right. Olivia there. Allie puts this back towards the net. Left hand defended by Wu. Who's gonna swing with her right hand. Finally up and over, and they get the point. What a great rally in our championship match.
Hampton Farms peanuts, roasted with delicious flavor inside the shell. Available in salted, unsalted, and Cajun hot in the produce section of a grocery store near you. Shell, yeah.
Welcome back to the Spikeball Tour Series Challenger event in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Ben Dantowitz here with Ruth Trouton, and we're about to jump into our mixed finals matchup. Ruth, tell us about who we're going to see today.
Okay, so we are looking at Ali and Rahul versus Kara and Ryan. Strong matchup. I'm excited for this game. Like, these guys have been hustling all day, and I just hope to see some sweet rallies.
Yeah, you did get to match up against Rahul and Ali Jenki in pool play earlier today.
I did.
How do you think they'll match up against a team that was looking so clean in Gross and Hoy?
You know, I actually don't think they've had the strongest pool play today, Ali and Rahul. They've had a few. They pulled away and they pulled back, but they've been a little bit sloppy towards the start.
Okay.
So as long as they don't lead with that in this match, which I'm sure they won't, because this is the finals and it counts.
Yeah, they just took a big win in the semifinals over Ali's sister Olivia Jenki and Joe Bondi. So
yeah,
definitely playing at a high level to knock out players of that caliber.
Oh, for sure. I think this will be a tight game.
Yeah, super excited. The players are gearing up at the net. We've got our observers in position. So we're going to throw you to the action now. We see Ryan Gross looking for the ball. And looks like Gross will be serving first for the team as they jump into the action. Murthy on the receive. Murthy a little bit shorter than Will Picone from our semifinals match, but a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So give it a little give and take there for a matchup.
Wow.
And Gross
That
not
is
giving but taking.
That is
A
unbelievable.
ridiculous ace. That has to
Did he
stay
get
so
that
low
angle?
too.
Yeah.
Look at him step out, open his
How
hips,
wide is that?
and then reach across his body with the lefty.
Honestly, Rahul is sprinting for that and still doesn't make it.
Yeah, he turns his hips and then just takes off and still doesn't get to the ball in time.
Wow. What a start.
Couple
Whoop,
stutter
whoop.
step fakes. Pretends he's falling over. Or
Styles
maybe
it
had
out.
to actually regain his balance there.
That's what I haven't seen before, the pretend fall. I like it. I may implement it into my game.
Not the fake serve, but the fake
Whoop.
fault. You fake that you're going to fault.
Yeah. Decide not to play it.
It's a new strategy. Pushing the sport forward with new ideas like that. Nice backhand flick for Gross.
Yeah, she just set it over that side of the net and they just popped it away. Okay, Kara up to serve. Hit side pocket.
Hoy puts the second one in play.
Oh,
A
wow,
soft touch
Ryan's there.
opportunity.
Come on.
It's well short of the net.
Oh.
And not going to give Ryan Gross any slack here. The wind is pretty much down there. That's just a missed set.
Yep.
It's a hard set, but he didn't really get it anywhere near the net.
He didn't quite wrap over it enough, did he?
But really good recovery set from Ali Jenki, putting the ball high and onto Rahul Murthy's strong right hand. He's just able to boom that away.
Yeah.
It is a really hard play for Gross to get the ball back to net.
Yeah, this should be an interesting game because I've noticed Rahul does. Oh wow!
Does things like that.
Massive reverse. Yeah, he loves a big boom, so I feel like there's gonna be a lot of running off the net. So they've got to make those good touches to get it back.
Gross and Hoy have a really strong defensive chemistry. They've gotten a lot of quick touches, but they also like the rundown. Both of them able to track and get sets really well back to net for the put away.
Yeah.
But that really sick reverse cut is going to give Murthy the early lead.
Wow.
And a great drop.
Wow.
Dropping someone with Ryan Gross's length is really challenging. So high quality
and I feel
touch
like
there.
Ryan is the king of drops, so
At least today he's looked like it.
Yeah.
He's had quite a few. But Murthy looking to take his crown and title as, ooh.
Calling high.
Yeah, serve right around the shoulders. They might check with the observers for a second perspective. And they agree it's going to be a high serve there, so second coming. Gross for the recovery set. It's well centered, but Hoy,
Oh gosh.
yeah, not able to get around the ball well. So a miss hit there. Unusual. She didn't get her feet in the right position to find that set.
Yeah, she wasn't quite there. She didn't quite have as much composure as the previous game, but hey, finals nerves. She'll get into it. Strong lead here, though.
Yeah, it looks very similar to what we saw Picone and Pearson do in the semis to Gross and Hoy, getting that early 5-2, 5-3 lead. So the key, of course, will be to see holding on to that throughout the game to 21. As that second serve is in play. A good recovery set from Hoy, but it's high. Gives Jenke a chance to chase.
Okay, that's sweet set.
Murthy puts it close. Oh, but it's just out of reach for Ali Jenke.
Tough. Great first touch, though, from Ali.
Yeah, taking her time to get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, she had plenty of time on that and got a nice touch. Couldn't quite make it back in time.
A little reverse cut, but it skips up a little high. Yeah, double checks the call with the observer who signals high as well. A second serve now.
Goes for it again.
Yeah, the same thing, just a little bit lower.
Yep.
But a good put away. Murthy puts it into the knee of Gross, signaling there. Got stuck between his hand and his knee. Second serve coming here.
Goes for the drop.
Trying to be the queen of drops, I guess, Ali Jenke.
Drops. She probably is as well.
Ali Jenke has some very strong drops. Not sure offhand who might have that title for drop serves. A soft touch for Hoy, though.
And again.
Yeah, Murthy with a great body touch. Another touch deflected.
Oh,
Looked like Gross got a deflection on the first touch there, so Hoy had to set that back to net. And she couldn't quite find center.
Yeah.
See here, soft touch from Hoy on the replay. And a good up, and it tips Gross, goes a little higher. Hoy misses well left, just unable to gather and manage the wind.
Yeah, I definitely think
missed
the wind played a
opportunity.
part in that. Good rally, though.
Great plays all around. Murthy, a little reverse. Handled well, and a backhand flick from Gross, who usually likes to hit lefty if it's off net, but there, well-centered, has the option to go either way. Now serving within two. Interesting stutter step on the fake there. Well, I guess you can't stutter step because that would be a flip flop, but maybe a little bit of a hesitation move with his upper body.
Something.
A stutter
strange.
Body shift.
Not a fake fall, at least.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh, close.
And that was a fake drop serve, actually. Instead of hitting a drop serve, he just hit the net twice. So that's a no good double fault.
That's what we call a fake drop.
Yeah. It's where you pretend to hit the drop serve, but actually it's just not allowed. So now 8-5 for Ali Jenke. Pulls it well. And Gross with a quick two. Evades the no-hit zone as well. Quick thinking there.
Yeah. Yeah, nice to see them mixing up, actually. I don't think Ali and Rahul were expecting that.
Certainly not. A little bit off balance on defense. And also, that first touch came off so quick, there was no time to rotate and adjust anywhere.
Not at all.
Players were still in their starting positions when the ball was gone.
Yeah.
And Hoy and Jenke having a little discussion about just readiness for the serve, making sure they're firming that readiness before they acknowledge the serve receive has begun.
Yeah, so can you talk a little bit about that, this new rule about receiving serves?
So a couple of conflations over the years of needing to call the score as Rahul hits a nice cut serve by Gross, adding to the lead now 10-6, where when you're saying the score and immediately then serving the ball, the receiver has to do a couple things. They have to check that the score is correct and also make sure they're in a ready position to serve. And so for the USA roundnet rules, we see another quick 2 by Gross. The USA roundnet rule set has been modified to break out those steps. So instead of making sure the players are ready and that the score is correct and that the 5-second serving clock a server has before serving is starting all at once, it's now broken up into score, ready, and service. Wow, a couple of great quick touches, but they don't get it centered enough. So Hoy, an easy defensive touch and put away. But on the serving receive, just making sure those steps are broken out. Kind of happen rapid fire. So right now it's 8-10. Gross would say 8-10. Rahul will say ready, and then he says service, and all of a sudden, bang, a quick serve ace. But just breaking up those steps to make sure that everybody's ready to play and there's no mishaps with someone saying the score wrong and all of a sudden an ace gets called back because someone says they weren't ready.
Yeah, makes total sense to me.
Yeah, a little funky formality, definitely getting used to it, but I found the pace of my games is not really slowed since I've adopted it.
No.
I think Hoy a little bit less used to it than some of the other players on the net, though. So that was the miscue she had earlier with Ali Jenke on the receive.
Yeah, it's pretty much been 50-50 my games, whether we're using it or not, but I can definitely see going forward.
Yeah, great to see just that consistent, standard for how these players are competing. And that is a standard high serve on any player, well above a tall Ryan Gross's shoulder.
Okay, playing it.
Yeah, not sure if it was high or clean, so he wants to play through just in case and just apply the offensive pressure.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to send that to an observer call if that were high.
Right.
Yeah, he checks with the observer who signals that it was just high,
Yeah.
but definitely not worth the risk when he's got a good first touch there. Just making sure he gets the put away anyhow.
Yeah. Keeps the game
The
moving.
gamesmanship there of whether to call those borderline ones
Tough.
that are just around your shoulder.
Yeah. Like you said, if it's an easy touch, maybe just take it.
We get to watch a bonus point, so I'm not complaining.
That's true.
Great
Ooh,
push from
finds the
Rahul.
gap.
Yeah, the set well off to the side. So for someone who usually has to maybe hit high and far because he doesn't have the reach to get around the ball, that one really cleanly put away for Rahul Murthy.
Yeah.
So protecting a small lead now in game 1 of the finals here. That one, a little over his shoulder. You see Rahul also gives himself the thumbs down signal. Another drop attempt. Kicks the ball away in a fit of rage.
A fit of rage.
Rahul Murthy, known for being one of the more outwardly passionate players on the net.
Okay, 11-12, looking to close the gap. King of drops.
Not this time. That one's dug easily and put high and
Doinked.
far.
Good luck.
Yeah, gets a really good angle on that, but pulls it a little too far in front of the net instead of actually getting it on. And a double fault now, so 12-13. Ball goes back to Hoy. Is she pulling out that backhand anytime soon?
Yeah. I think she only brings that one out on very special occasions, like the last point of our finals in Orlando.
a lefty just barely clean. They send to observers who signal it is not fully above Rahul Murthy's shoulder. So it'll be an ace for Hoy. She pulls out a backhand.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Asking Chelsea, but a foot drag called. Hoy unable to hold her back foot down as she goes into this serve.
That's a shame.
Such a good athletic effort, but unfortunately not cleanly played. So it'll be a second serve now. Still 13 apiece. Gross gets a touch. It's set off net, but well put. Soft touch for Rahul Murthy.
Just misses the net. Yes. Did I miss? Yes, Ali
Jenke beside herself.
A simple shot there. She lost her head a little bit there.
Yeah, a great set and soft touch from Murthy. Just Not. It looked like her footwork was. She was a little off balance.
Yeah.
Tried to get it and hits a little bit up towards her wrist on her hand while she tries to spike it. Lefty drop for Hoy. Good
Nice.
pressure,
That's a
but
good
Rahul
set.
Murthy puts it away. And so a little 4-2 run for Gross Hoy now, keeping us tied at 14s.
We love to see a close game.
Yeah, and don't try to pick a particular team, but I do love rooting for just as many points as possible to be played. Whether it's extra points, game
100%.
3.
Yep.
I love a nail biter because I don't actually own a nail trimmer, Ruth. So
You need matches
yeah,
like
I
these.
need matches like these to make sure that my fingertips stay in working condition. Do you have a nail clipper? If you mind me asking. Oh, you do?
I do,
Okay.
yeah.
So you just do nail biters from time to time. No, you don't need a.
Only, yeah.
Okay.
I don't need those in my life.
That sounds like a charmed life that you live.
It is.
Great lefty serve. Something was a little bit off there. Maybe a side pocket. So no argument there. Going to a second serve here. 15-14 for Gross. Nice reverse, but well handled.
Okay, goes for
Oh.
drop.
Not a great shot selection for Jenke.
Ooh,
And they almost scrambled to save the hold, but
they did.
yeah. I know you're off net with a set and you're tapping the ball onto the king of drops, Ryan Gross.
Yep.
Think he knows how that one works. He just scoops it up and puts it away.
Yeah. I think maybe she thought Ryan was slightly further off the net, but his arms are so long he's going to get it.
Yeah, maybe also could have been an execution error. Maybe she was trying to hit a slightly different angle for the drop where
Yeah.
Gross was not, but
Yeah.
from our angle, looked like an easy pickup for him.
Yeah.
But now Murthy and Jenke need to pick up a break themselves. As they sort out, it's 15-16. That means the server on the left is Jenke. She is in the odd scoring position.
Wow.
Nice
Great
drop attempt.
serve.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
What happened there?
Didn't see the signal. Might have just been a side pocket
Mm-hmm.
on the drop there. Didn't hear an active call, so it wasn't a foot fault or anything like that.
It's a strong second serve.
Yeah, a little bit high of a set from Gross, so it gave Jenke a ton of time to receive, but a
She
good
was
hit,
reading
good hit
it.
from good hit from Hoy to keep it away from her on that lefty rotation.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed Kara does very well is really hooks around the ball. Whether it's righty or lefty, it's always further around than you think it's going to be.
If she pulls, she pulls. And if she pushes, she pushes.
Yeah,
It's
the
there's
angles
no
are vast.
no half measures on Kara Hoy's hits. It's a good recipe for success.
For sure.
Looking at a simultaneous contact call, I believe there from Ryan Gross, where if you're touching the ball while the ball's touching that, it's actually not good. You have to be touching the ball and have your hit completed before it hits the net. So the observer's talking over their perspective, making sure they have an idea of what they saw from their perspective. Of course, this is a passive call. That's what some of the observers have to do when they can't see the call.
Bad.
Oh, so not a simultaneous call. Sorry, maybe a missed hand signal there from Ryan Gross, not the observer, but a rim call agreed upon by the observers. So now 18-15 for Hoy, looking to take this game. Murthy's going to play through that rim. Oh, just kidding. April Fools. Am I on time for that?
I have no idea what the date is. Time
Okay.
is a blur.
It's April 1st somewhere. You know what they say.
I don't even know what day it
Murthy
is.
set off net. Oh,
Ooh.
Gross gets squared up for the ball, but he actually doesn't get it up off of him. It just goes out to the side.
Yeah.
Not quite there.
Yeah, that's tough because Kara's right beside him. So it's either needs to pop up or she needs to be on the other side of the net. But, oh, wow. Great cut.
Speaking of being on the other side of the net, Ryan Gross calling something from his side. Looks like a rim
Okay.
call. They defer to observers who agree it's rim. A strong reverse cut hit there.
Straight into her body.
And so low, too, because it's hitting, not only is it reverse cutting from left to right on our screen here, but it's also hitting the near net and staying incredibly low.
Yeah. That's a
That
killer.
is ridiculous. 17-18 now. Just need one more to tie this game up and have a prospect of forcing extra points. Another reverse cut.
Oh,
and another ace for Murthy. Back to back.
Amazing clutch. Wow, they've pulled it back. How many points? 3?
They were down. They were down quite a few there
4?
with a big. Yeah, they were down 18-15. So it's a two breaks in a row after being down 2.5 breaks. Is how I like to look at the break here, where Hoy and Gross are. Oh, an interesting decision from Gross.
Yeah.
Gross taps that on vertically on 2. Bit of a breakdown there, hitting the panic button really on the serve receive.
Like Kara's receive came fast, but I feel like he had time to set that and regain composure. But there we go. And if he
didn't feel like he did, he should have felt like that. It's something at a high level. You got to be able to make that set and give Hoy the chance to get a put away from a well-centered hit. Right, Gross is hitting that from off center. That's much too easy for Janky to read and put away. So now down 1. Murthy serving with the advantage, 19-18. Goes for a soft hit. Probably had quite a bit of spin on it anyway, but we don't get to see how it moves. It just hits rim instead. And now, a beautiful game of 19-19. We're just playing to 2 here. First team with a 2-point advantage will win the game. And an active call, in addition to that rim call, just a foot on the line or foot drag for Gross. That ready. Gets sent to the observers. Just high on Murthy. Oh, to be 5'0". What a joy that would be.
I thought that, yeah.
4'0".
No. I thought that was rim. But there we go.
On the serve.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. It was rim on the serve. That's how it stayed so low.
Yes.
Okay.
what we call a rim tickler in the UK.
A rim tickler. Okay, off of the near net. I like that. We might steal that one.
You should steal that.
Misread the signal from the observers. Looked like they were pointing up in the air for high, not for their hand on the bar. So I have nothing but blame for the observer by the name of Ezra Dantowitz out in the field. I assume no responsibility for his calls. But now we're at extra points. 20-20 here.
Nice.
Hoy lining up, trying to get the
it.
advantage back after having it for much of the game.
Ooh, goes a drop.
Serving without the advantage.
Ooh, so that's a good push.
Yeah, a great center and composure.
Yeah.
That composure that you saw from Gross and Hoy in the semifinals, now being matched by Janky and Murthy. And last time he was up, he got 2 breaks back to back. This time he needs just 1 to put the game away. Rahul Murthy serving to Ryan Gross, 21-20.
Good serve. Ooh, it's a rough set.
And it seems like Ryan Gross actually had multiple contacts on that hit. Something funky was going on there. Something foul.
I don't know what happened, but it was not good.
Yeah. We got another look at this ridiculous reverse cut. Hoy tries to get the recovery set, and Gross maybe gets both hands on the ball for his 3rd touch.
Just grabs it. I don't know.
But some great pressure from Janky and Murthy. Murthy getting 3 breaks back late stage of that game. He gets 2 at 16-18. Actually, 3 in a row at 16-18 to make it 19-18, and then 1 more for good measure at 21-20 to put the game away. 4 breaks on his last 2 serving rotations. That is to invoke his team name from the Premier Division with Frederick Hinkle. Very clutch, of course.
Very clutch.
Rahul Murthy plays with Frederick Hinkle as defending national champions, double clutch.
Hey, that's probably what makes him the champ.
Yeah.
And Ali as well.
And Ali Janky as well.
Make them the champs.
Just down the stretch, making those big plays in the close game to get the win.
Yep. They play when it matters.
Yeah, for Gross and Hoy, they just need to play that with that same cool composure and those clean offensive plays we saw in the semifinals.
No.
But for Murthy and Janky, if they keep things up and keep things rolling into game 2, that's going to be really hard for Gross and Hoy to answer.
Still a tight game in my eyes. I think they can take a set.
Absolutely.
We want to see it. We want to see this go to 3 sets.
Yeah, there's nothing better in roundnet. If there's something better in roundnet, I'd love to hear it. But game 3, I think, is it as far as best things in roundnet go.
Surely.
Other than, maybe a really good soft touch play is pretty good too. But
that you can't beat.
Yeah,
that you can't.
It's a really good feeling when you get that first touch and you just dime your partner for the put away.
Yep. How's your day been?
My day's been great. I mean. You absolutely humbled me playing pool play this morning, Ruth. You were there for that. But the rest of it was similarly very fun. A lot of humble moments, playing in the mixed division, having a good time, and just trying to be creative out there, trying to learn from the better players that they give me the honor of acing me. So now I just get to sit here and hang out with you. So it's been a pretty good day.
Has been a good day.
Yeah.
What was your favorite game?
My favorite game? Actually, other than playing Root Trout, I did have a couple of really fun rallies playing your RTNF teammate, Nicole Fat. She was teamed up with Matthew Cole.
Yeah.
They had a lot of good high energy. My teammate, Maddie West, and I had a bunch of fun rallies with them. They did take the game, but I think we had more fun than them. So,
and that's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters to some people.
Not me.
It does not matter. Fun does not matter to people who are playing in the finals of this matchup.
Nope.
So I think they just care about W's instead of F's for fun.
No F's.
And of course, W's being wins. Yeah.
I think they got that. Okay, we're back.
There's a bit of a stretch there from me.
It was.
I really walked into that too. I try to keep things mostly family friendly here. Talk about as many Disney references as I can, but from time to time you just walk into a good pun from time to time, and that's all you can do. But
so
Gross opened last game, so I believe it's going to be Jenky Murthy opening up game 2.
Right. Here's the reverse. Ooh, nearly there for the body, but not quite. Brian hit that so low, that's hard to rebound up.
Yeah, Hoyt had been using not as much lefty earlier in the day. Maybe just saved it for the showstopper finals. For all you at home watching, just to entertain. Good drop there, though. Oh, a soft touch from Hoy.
Oh, no.
Oh. And as much as the best feeling is diming up your partner, is there anything worse than your partner missing the hit when you dime them up? Oh, goodness.
That felt like a simple put on. I don't know. Yeah. He was slightly jammed, but I feel like Ryan could have put that on there.
Gross certainly had his feet near the net. Looked like it was relatively centered, if not like right around the rim.
Right. Great soft touch by Kara.
Yeah. Obviously, early stage, just not getting that second break, but...
What's happening here?
I think we got a case of the giggles on the court. And we might need to see a medic for it. Nope, no injury timeout for the giggles. We're back to the action, 1-1. You played Jenky this morning. I'm curious for your thoughts on how sometimes she tosses the ball and pulls it in towards herself for that jam serve.
I was going to ask someone about that.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
It does look cool.
It looks really cool, but sometimes they can still cut with that same toss. So, like, it's not a giveaway to it being a jam.
Right.
It's cool, though.
And she'll also drop with that same toss, too.
Yeah.
It usually looks like it's maybe more of a drop toss.
Yes. Ooh.
Speaking of drop tosses.
I love that drop set. I'm going to attempt this technique when I go back to London. It's very deceptive.
Yeah. And after a no-hit zone infraction from Hoy, Gross gets the put away for the hold to keep things knotted at 2 apiece. Shanky to receive. And as Gross rolls up the first, I have to ask Ruth, among the best things in round, is there anything better than a game 2 situation where it's 2-2 and you're on your second serve?
I mean, that is the pinnacle of round net, isn't it? That is what we live for. Ooh.
Oh.
What are we saying?
And Rahul signaling for a rim there.
Tough
Might have
call.
caught near net on the yeah, we got the replay queued up here. Good touch from Hoy. Gross with a great set back to middle. And just an awkward hit. Hoy doesn't get her feet quite around the ball. You'd want to see her move a little bit more to her left here to open up her hips and get the ball to the lower part of
yeah.
To
Couldn't
the net.
even take it on her left.
Yeah, and they signal.
So what's going on?
Looks like they signal for a redo here.
Yeah.
Not a clear perspective. Oh no, excuse me. They do signal for a clean. It's now 3-2 rotated. You see Gross serving on the left-hand side. And that one, I think, was 2 times as high as Rahul Murthy's shoulders, which actually, those are clean. If you hit 2 times as high as someone's shoulders. Only kidding. Still April Fool's. That's a fault. Here's second serve, though. Murthy with a nice push off of Gross's knee. And Murthy not sure if he's walking with swagger or with a hobble. It's one of the two, but walking back to the serving line looks like he's a little bit of extra weight on his left leg there.
I think it's swagger.
It's swagger?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never walked with swagger, so I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
I don't know what that looks like or when people are doing it on purpose. I didn't know people walked with swagger after just a simple hold, though. I wouldn't be that impressed.
I don't know.
Now that's an impressive backhand flick, though, from Gross.
They've done that exact sequence a few times, haven't they?
Yeah, they feel
Works
really
well.
comfortable. They're getting the ball set to net, and
Yeah.
that's a really hard spot for the defense to rotate to. You see
Yep.
where Ali, Janky, and Rahul Murthy are starting right at this point, and where Gross put that hit. It's so hard for them to get around the net in time.
Okay.
Janky,
shots.
pleased with herself, just gets
Yeah.
away with
Gets away with
not the
murder.
strongest hit, but it's good for a point. So now 4 apiece.
Hits rim.
Yeah, and that rim hit goes all the way off frame. It knocks down a water bottle in the background. Water bottle down, everybody. Hope someone can
Do
stay
we need to
hydrated.
stop the stream?
Hope you're staying hydrated at home. Yeah, it's going to be a
Drink water,
medical
folks.
timeout for that water bottle. But Gross back in the action here, 5-4.
Joel Graham with the giant hat. Put it back up. All is well with the world.
Good reverse cut. Murthy forced to his left, not his strongest hand. And
Ooh,
Gross
what's going
finds
on
an
there?
off-net lefty hit.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That was a great read by
Notably,
Gross.
yeah. You see Murthy here, not someone to serve left-handed. Gross does, and similarly is able to hit really strong lefty hits like the one right there in that replay. Fantastic break. Puts them up 6-4 on the rotation now. And that just off rim. A
Ooh,
great
that's a
reverse
great
cut.
Second. He's been reversing on the second a lot. It's working out.
Yeah, he's got the confidence to swing for them.
Yeah.
And you see this angle. He's leaning forward, keeping that balance, but getting so much spin on the ball
Yeah.
as it stays pretty much flat going to Janky's left hand.
Yep. So hard to receive that.
Yeah, knowing the amount of reach he can push the ball to your own right hand,
Mhm.
you have to give up so much to the left.
And it's so deceptive.
Yeah, it's
to
just a
be
game of
cut.
cat and mouse of what
Yeah.
are you going to take away, and what are you going to force your opponent to serve with high pressure situations like
Okay.
this. And
High.
yeah, high pressure, high serve. Murthy serving now 5-7. Has had quite a few strong serves himself. But Gross, no real problem with the reverse.
Ooh.
Murthy nearly finds a soft touch play.
I
but
think he just got
can't-
caught up his feet there, didn't he?
Yeah, can't quite scramble. The ball didn't go high enough to give him that
Yeah.
time to gather.
Yeah. Great soft touch there. What are we going to see from Kayla? Kara?
Oh,
Ooh,
a
okay.
great deflection. She tries to find it and over the shoulder sets it back to net.
It's
An-
another one.
An interesting line. She's been taking some odd lines on these out-of-system hits.
Yeah. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, but a great deflection there, an opportunity for another break.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, they couldn't get the ball back. So Janky now with the ball.
'Kay.
Gross continues to
Ooh.
try these on two hits. And
Ooh, great
Yeah.
dig out by Ali.
quick touch from
Yeah.
Murthy. Great set from Janky. And
That whole
Gross
thing
punished
was
again for
rapid.
another
Yeah.
subpar decision.
I feel like this time it was maybe the right decision because it all happened so fast. He was
Yeah.
right there near the net, but he just didn't quite put enough power
The
on
execution not there. Or maybe the
Yeah.
angle, not able to get it
Yeah.
away from Murthy, who is more or less across the net from him, just with that quick touch.
it. Yep.
Able to get one break during her serving rotation. Now it's 9-7. Ball back to Gross, who had a couple of breaks himself last time around the net.
Wow.
And that lefty may have just clipped inside rim.
Yeah. A rim tickler.
I have to start using that, Ruth. Oh, it's so good.
It's borderline.
It's borderline.
It's borderline.
Borderline great.
Eh,
Borderline suspicious.
Very suspicious. Wow, great cut though.
Yeah. Just so much movement, right? We saw the reverses last time around, and now he's pressuring with the opposite, just making you move left, moving them right.
Yep.
Offering a drop to move you forward, moving left, right, forward.
Keeping you on
Is
his
this Dance
toes.
Dance Revolution? I don't know. Got the reverse cut down. A great pull from Murphy.
Yep.
You see Gross just kind of throwing his hands up. Knows he's in a weak defensive position. Needs to get out of the way and avoid hindering Murphy.
Yep.
Lest he lose the point on a avoidable hinder infraction.
Goes for a drop. Ryan gets a bad touch there.
Yeah, great pressure on the serve too. Brings him within one. Murphy doing Murphy things. Good receive from Hoy though.
Yeah.
And instead of the normal backhand flick, she didn't have the net for it, but great footwork. We talked earlier about how she wasn't getting her feet all the way around to get that push. This time she makes that adjustment in system. Important to do it out of system too though to get those break opportunities.
Yeah, that receive was quality as well. On the left hand, but just popped it up. So much control. A very ambidextrous player.
Yeah.
Both of them. The girls.
Really all around the net. Murphy, the only player not really serving left-handed.
Yeah. It's true.
Just speaks to the level of play that he's able to put out, but also the expectation for so many top players to have a left-handed serve in this day and age. Great quick touch from Murphy.
Ooh, hat
and
throw.
even quicker trigger to throw his hat in, as we said, being outwardly passionate about the sport.
Yeah.
Great teammate pick-me-up, though, quite literally picking up the hat. Big ups to Ali Jenke. Trying to keep Rahul in the game. He's focused. He's fired up. A great drop. Oh, no. Sorry, a great fault there. Double contact on the net.
Drop.
A fake drop, a real fault for Ryan Gross. Jenke to receive. And it's another reverse.
Wow.
A quick lefty on two from Murphy. But a no-hit zone infraction on Murphy. Not able to dodge it when he was making that quick touch lefty on the net.
Ooh, that's a killer.
Unfortunate misstep. Or
hey, I do
mishand
love
placement.
That no-hit zone is an active call because I could not see my opposition's feet when I'm in a game. I do not know if they go in. So, that's great.
I also just like the hand signal, just drawing the circle.
It's a great signal.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Makes me think of a lot of fun moments like the Disney ear being drawn in the air or people using their imagination. Just any hand gestures. Really, I mean, really, all the observer hand signals are just fun and usually intuitive enough. Oh, Rahul doing a lefty serve. Okay. Pardon my French. I guess he does have lefty serve. But not a lefty serve he can make necessarily. Just one he can fault. So I guess everybody has a lefty serve then.
Yeah. Brutal.
So now 14-11. Gross-Hoy seeking a game 3
just
series.
high. Brings back the backhand.
The backhand backdoor is always open for those serve pressures.
Oh, that's a good pickup.
Yeah, an interesting touch there. Soft from Rahul. And it's right at Gross, who puts it high and away to close out the point. A couple of interesting hitting selections there, where initially Jenke hits it pretty soft right at Hoy. Easy dig. A great soft touch from Murphy, and then another hit that's just right across the net from Gross, who then just hits it high and far. No shot at a rundown.
Yeah, none of the sets were optimal.
Right.
But hey, made for a fun rally.
Now up 4. Going for another lefty, but as I said, everybody has lefty serve if faults count.
Everyone has a lefty serve.
Yeah. I might even have a righty serve now. That's great news. Drop on for Hoy. Murthy with a nice little load up. Love to see him roll his wrist across, then snap the backhand the other way.
Yep.
Good effort.
Hey, Kara was onto it. She was round there.
He was showing the whole way, and so he knows that he's able to show it and then just execute well, and there's not much he can do about it. Yeah, it's such a good hit.
The audacity.
The audacity.
The audacity.
For Janky. Second one in play with some pace, but well handled. A quick touch from Murthy off the net, but it goes down. And Murthy and Janky still down 4 points here. Getting to the later stages of game 2. Ryan Gross looking to pour it on.
Ooh.
Oh, a drop for a drop, Ruth.
Did she mean to drop that? I'm not sure. It looked like she snuffed it a little bit, but it actually worked in her favor.
Off the fingertips, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get the pull, and it just wasn't quite on her hands. Yep.
It was good either way.
And that ball just over Hoy's shoulders. A second one coming from Rahul Murthy. Reaches out. A nice reverse cut. Well centered. A Rahul soft touch.
Ooh.
Oh, but rim on the lefty hit from Ali
close.
Janky. A great effort there. Really have to have that break here at this stage of the game, too.
Yeah. That felt like an opportunity, but it all happened so fast. It's hard to get a good set from Rahul. Good serve. Easy put away.
Yeah, high and through the gap. Running out of chances now. 14-17. Ryan Gross getting set for the receive from Ali Janky. It's low, but he's got plenty of time to field it, and a high put away. Well centered by Kara Hoy. So that control that we wanted to see in the finals from both teams that Hoy and Gross didn't quite have game 1. They've looked really in command of their touch. The wind is a little bit softer right now.
Yep, totally.
Around the net. I say that and it starts gusting, though.
Yeah, it actually did.
The commentator curse.
Yeah, they look a lot more confident, look a lot more in control this game, this set, whatever you want to call it.
Gross held up, making sure the score is ready before he goes through the motions. That reverse, perhaps just high. But Gross wants to get a perspective from the observers. It is signaled as a clean, not fully above Ali Janky's shoulder. Now 19-14. This game all but out of reach. Looking like a game 3 possibility, very strong.
It's looking that way. Good reverse. Ooh.
Hoy flying around the net, though. Getting onto some of these backhands, these pushes from Rahul Murthy. Sizing things up, ultimately just barring a wild comeback over the next few serving rotations. Making those adjustments for game 3 to get all the defensive touches on Rahul.
Has he got the clutch?
He was clutching game 1 down 16-18. Here he would need quite a few more to bring it back. Going for one. He gets a touch, and it's just out of reach of a running Ali Janky.
Close.
Rahul's sliding in really well there, though, on the last second for that hit. What's going through his head as he's trying to see Hoy's hit and line up that pressure? What are you seeing there?
I don't know, Ben. I've forgotten what happened. What do you see?
Just trying to be that last second movement is where you can find yourself in the gap. But just looking for the expert perspective. I'll ask for it on this one. A quick touch.
What a soft touch by Kara.
Yeah. And that'll be the end of game 1, or game 2, excuse me. Now 1 apiece. But yeah, Ruth, talk me through this last touch here and replay.
Let's have a look. Yes. So Kara makes a great move around the net there. Quick feet. You can see her sidestepping, reading that set there. Sidesteps around. Perfect body up. Top quality play. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're leaning in on the monitor here to see that replay with you guys, watching along at home. And yeah, as you said, just really quick to get those last touches in.
Yeah.
You noticed early in the game she was clocking close and close to getting some of those touches on Rahul.
Yeah.
So able to get that last break there against Janky and Murthy. Yeah. So quick on the movement there.
Yeah, and you have to be you have to be able to read the set, then get into position. So you have literally milliseconds, seconds to do that, and she did that just then.
Yeah.
Yeah. On to game 3 then.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to take just a quick break before throwing y'all back into the action for game 3. But for Ruth Trouton, I'm Ben Dantowitz. Y'all should stay tuned.
I see you there, dangling a star. I know who I am, I know who you are. Let out these books as stepping stones. Get me a book of paper stickers. I need something thick, gotta cut with my scissors. Cut with my scissors, wanna tear out my hand and get me something to see. Hey, look, I raised my hand first. Why didn't you call on me?
We aren't in position to dive over the net.
Welcome back. We're in Richmond, Virginia for the Spikeball Tour Series Mixed Division. Before jumping into Game 3 with Ruth Trouton, I'm Ben Dantowitz. Just here to say we've got a field reporter, Allie Foster, sharing that the third place match between Olivia Jenke and Joe Bondi versus Katie Pearson and Will Picone is going to its third game. So a lot of drama online to make the podium here and a lot of drama to be had in front of us right now for Game 3 of the finals. Ruth, who's got the edge coming into this game? We just saw Gross and Hoy pretty commandingly take Game 2, but the clutch gene from Game 1, I mean, if you're in Game 3, you've got a clutch gene like Rahul Murthy and Ali Jenke winning national championships. How do you pick?
Honestly, I cannot call it. I do not know. Like, I don't even want to say who I'd.
I just want to sit back and enjoy. I fully support that.
Yeah.
Hope you're all enjoying back home. Kara Hoy not enjoying her serve toss there. She drops it straight to the ground.
The wind. She can blame it on the wind.
Yeah. Is that a botched toss? Is that the first botched toss we've seen on the Spikeball Tour Series stream? I believe.
Are they going second serve?
Yes.
That's the question. Yep. That's the
Gotta
rules.
be. Gotta be. She readied up. Everyone was ready to go, and she dropped the ball.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness. She tries to drop the serve. And that's one of the sadder double faults I've ever seen. A dropped. It looks like a dropped first first toss, and then a second serve looks like a tap on.
Yeah.
And it just hits rim.
Meh. Okay, here we go. Good body.
Quick touch.
Ooh.
Oh.
Way to reach that.
Yeah, an interesting decision. So the ball's coming up from Murthy, and Ali Jenke, instead of taking that step back to find it on the ground, tries to jump and get it, and it tips fingers instead. Not able to control it back to the net.
Once you've committed to the air.
Yeah, you're stuck in the air.
You're stuck there for
air.
what feels like hours.
Yeah. Enough time to ask, how did I get here? What went wrong?
Yep.
That serve. High on Murthy. That's what went wrong there. Maybe a little
classic.
discussion if it's high or not. They check with observers, and it is confirmed, signaling high. So 2-2 apiece.
Ooh,
Picked up
Ryan
well.
digs it out. Can't quite get around it.
Yeah, great pressure there for Murthy to drop it in front of him.
Yep. It almost looked like an easy drop, but it did then just pop off the net super low.
Yeah, there's a
Dig that out.
slight wind going at Rahul. So Rahul is serving, I would say, upwind or into the wind.
Yeah.
So those drops are going to be slowed down even more and
Yeah.
come even shorter. And then for Ryan Gross, not only is it moving away from him as it comes off the net, but he also has to then get the ball up in the air and avoid hitting the ball with the wind too hard at his partner for that first touch. So
That's
the wind causing a lot of problems all at once. Ryan Gross finally figures out his two.
There we go.
Trying to get it back in, I suppose.
There we go. Easy point.
It's got to be something for his confidence to just get that hit out of his system. It's Hoy serving even. Murthy doesn't want it.
Throws it away in disgust.
Second serve well in play, and a good push through the gap. Hoy trying to leave that space open for Gross to maybe fill, but she doesn't help crash early enough, and Gross is stuck on the pole, just just nowhere to be found on that push. Great low serve from Jenke, but handled all too well.
Yeah, that was a great serve.
Strong movement on that reverse cut, but clips inside rim. And that one,
what are we saying?
bit of a discussion about high or clean.
They're saying
Observer
high.
signals high. That is completely over Ali Jenke's shoulder. So double fault for Gross there. But a lot of good pressure going with that reverse and cut.
Good serve.
A soft touch driving effort. Oh, but a no hit zone signaled on Kara Hoy's hit.
No.
So we won't get to see the result of that soft touch. Murthy and Jenke happy to win the point. They would have wanted to do it in a more flashy style here. Look at this diving effort for Murthy to get the setback for Jenke. Oh, what an effort. And so that mistake from Hoy going to be a 6-4 deficit they face early game 3 here.
You don't
Murphy
want
on
to
the
create
ball.
too much of a gap here.
I know in the U.S. a lot of players will say the early stage game is a race to 15, and from there you're usually just playing from there. I'm curious, in your experience playing in the U.K. and across Europe,
Yeah.
are there any kind of benchmarks that players are looking at early stage game? Because as you said, it's early, but you don't want to be down 7-4 if you can help it.
No, for sure. Honestly, I'm not sure, and a lot of the time we play to 15.
Okay.
And
so it definitely is a race to 15.
It's always a race to 15. Sorry, no, that's a lie. Pool play, we often play to 15. Bracket play is... Oh.
Wow, soft touch, almost pulled back. Murthy in a little bit of pain, or maybe just upset that he didn't get the touch. I don't want to conflate the two. No, he is in a little bit of pain.
What's he done?
Just tripped up, maybe slid on his leg. Funny.
Okay.
A little slow to get up. Looks like he's on his feet.
Okay.
Doing okay. But yeah, and so you play
Sorry,
pool play to 15. Okay.
Yes, pool play is often 15. Bracket stage, often you enter.
And so when you're checking
21.
in mentally, are you trying to be the first to 10 to really threaten? You've already gotten close to that 15 mark.
Yeah, it's... Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't want to make something up.
You might just take it. Some people just like to take it 1 point at a time too.
Yeah, that's how I play.
Okay. Well, with all the wins under your belt, I'm sure it's a good strategy. It's a proven winning strategy. But yeah, everyone's racing to 21 some way or another.
It's a race to the 21. That's no revelation. Okay, 8-5 lead here.
And the wind's picked up a little bit.
Yeah.
And the reason I know that is because I am very chilly now. Wow, a great backhand flick from Gross.
Yep.
You see him moving his body left to right and able to hit the ball back to front. A little bit funky looking, but gets in the point. No complaints.
It's quite an unexpected shot, though.
Really, it is, yeah.
Works.
You'd think he's pulling the ball back towards, oh no. Like he's maybe going to pull the ball back across his body instead of hitting a backhand flick.
Last minute he does that.
Mm. Serve called clean there. They go to the observers to double check, and now 7-8. So it was once a little bit of an early deficit, 7-3. Now just a 1 point game.
Gonna see a reverse cut second. Nope.
Lefty drop instead. And Murthy, great footwork there to find the set.
Such quick feet, that.
Yeah, quick feet. Ali Jenke making him look really good there with that well-centered set.
Yep.
He has all the time to get his feet around and then get that clean pull around the defense. Karahoy more so on the push there, unable to rotate as quickly. A drop serve from Rahul Murthy, and it looks like it's on the ground. Ooh. No play from Gross. So after a 4-1 lead, they answer back with quick break to halt them in their tracks. Another drop serve, and it's another ace for Murthy.
That is disgusting.
Jenke's fired up.
Yeah, you love to see the players fired up. Okay,
and Gross and Hoy want a timeout, so a quick 60-second break of the action. So we had a 7-3 initial deficit. They pushed back to 7-8, and now we're down 11-7. So a little 3-0 run here for Jenke Murthy.
Yeah, Rahul went on a little run there, and yeah, I think that's going to give them the confidence potentially to run away with the game, but it's still early stages.
Yeah, showing that clutch gene factor that he's got. I know the camera's on us, but I can't help but observe that Gross and Hoy have left the court to go grab some water, and Murthy and Jenke are just sitting cross-legged. They're relaxed. They're in their element. They own this court right now. They're up 11-7, and they're more than halfway in the race to 21, so they're feeling good.
Probably a good time for timeout. Rahul was on an absolute rampage.
Yeah, which is a funny thing to say, is on a rampage with 2 drops. It's usually not something you see. Usually talk about players ripping these cut serves and reverse cut serves, these offhand lefty serves, all sorts of bananas skills that they have. But when you get players backed off the net that much and they're that worried about moving laterally, getting the ball in front of them becomes easier and easier. And he had some really good touches there and control to keep it short off the net. But I love that. A rampage of drop serves. A rampage of drop serves.
A gentle rampage.
Of just really strong a finesse rampage, maybe.
Definitely a finesse rampage.
So back to the action.
Ryan Gross looking into the sun as well. Doesn't help.
A fake drop serve there from Murthy. And Gross bites on the drop, who had just had 2 drops. Let's get another look at that if we can. Watch, Rahul brings his hand into the ball as if he's going to drop it and then winds up for a quick hard serve. Basically freezes Gross. So disgusting.
Like, how does he do that so quickly?
And the rhythm of that is so tricky. Just like any fake, where if you fake left and go right, you want to make sure your opponent has their weight in just the right spot. So he's getting his hand in on the ball, looking like he's going to tap it on for a drop. And just as Gross is putting his weight forward, he winds up and rips it. And then Gross all of a sudden has his weight in the wrong direction, can't adjust. So impressive, so technically sound too to execute that.
You wonder if Gross had his weight in a different position, would he have changed the serve last minute? I wonder at what point Rahul's deciding what serve he's going to do.
That he's committed to it, yeah. That's a tricky thing.
I'm interested, yeah.
There's a lot of different styles there where you maybe think about exactly what you're going to do with a fake versus reading the player.
Yeah.
I know there's some moments that I got to experience today where some players were reacting to how I was reacting to their serve fakes.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of gamesmanship in it. over that 5-second timer you have to serve the ball.
Yep. Yeah, that's something I've not experienced until coming to the States. I always decide on the serve, set up, go.
Yeah, and if
Whereas
you're just
here it's more, you know, you can be more
a lot more
spontaneous.
fakes and creativity.
Yeah.
And as far as a reminder for those at home, Ruth does not do fakes, but you can.
Ruth does not.
Ruth doesn't fake, but you can use fakes on her, and she will bite on them. So
correct.
Again, very, very generous
she will
commentator
not like
here in the booth, and she won't like you though.
She won't like you.
Okay.
You can
but
try.
She'll give you the point if you fake her out.
Yep.
Successfully.
Okay. They need to pull something out the bag here because it's 9-13 final set.
Oh, and just a weak set, unable to get it out.
Done.
Hoy trying to navigate the no-hit zone there successfully, gets the break. And speaking of breaks, just a note from the other game going on. Joe Bondi and Olivia take the third-place match over Will Picone and Katie Pearson in 3 games. So congratulations to Joe Bondi and Olivia Janke there, joining the mixed division podium today.
Good stuff.
Just got to figure out who's going to stand in the center of that picture.
Yep. Well, there'll be 2 twins there, that's for sure.
That much I know. Yeah, their names are Ryan Gross and Rahul Murthy, the same height and size. You meant Olivia and Ali Janke, of course, of defending national champions twins.
Oh wow! Oh, digs it out.
Incredible dig from Murthy,
does he dig
but a
that
no-hit
out?
zone infraction called for Murthy. He's unable to get back up to his feet and get outside that 1.5-foot zone.
Yeah,
unfortunate mishap.
Drawing the circle of doom.
Yeah, the circle of doom. Oh my gosh, Ruth, we're going to take that all the way to the Tour Series Championship.
It's nothing worse than looking at the yellow shirts.
The question I have to ask, if the circle of doom for the hit zone is one thing, but if you fall into the circle for the 7-foot serving line, what is that circle?
Ooh. What is that sign for an observer?
So it's the same sign, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, the joke is that you might
the
joke is that you might draw a bigger circle.
I think so.
It's a similar motion of drawing a circle because you're not allowed to be inside that circle, one way or another.
Doom. Ooh, okay. Rahul gets a little angry.
Upset about that situation.
Yeah, it was a tough set.
Sounds like Rahul Murthy might be in the circle of gloom right now.
Punny.
Oh. Doom rhymes with so many things. We're going to be looking at the circle of zoom there from Ryan Gross on that reverse cut ace.
Okay, whilst we've been talking about the circle of doom, the score has equalized.
Yeah.
So we're back on a tight game.
Yeah. May have even taken the lead there after a couple of mishaps and mistakes from Murthy and Janke.
Yeah.
Gross.
14-13. Gross to serve. Lips up. Ooh. Good movement by Gross to get back. Saw the set was off the net.
Yeah, sometimes the ball just doesn't go up.
Yeah. It's a shame.
So now serving at even without the advantage for Murthy. A nice reverse cut, and it challenges Gross.
Yep.
No chance for a set from Hoy. That's just a clean ace. We see the movement here on that serve. It stays so flat. And actually Gross gets his hand to the ball, but it hits the heel of his hand on that one. Nice cut serve from Murthy. Hoy trying to open up her hips for that push hit.
Slightly off.
We've talked so much about how she's been really strong with that backhand set, but not able to line that backhand set up. It's not quite as centered from Gross. And instead off net goes for that push hit and misses altogether.
That's tough.
So couple of missed opportunities from Murthy and Janke, and they quickly come back with a couple breaks of their own, back up again. And in that race to 21 now, a 2-point advantage. Gross with a great push, navigating the space.
Yeah, great movement.
Stays out of that circle of doom.
Oh, great lefty. Wow.
Wow. That one lands so much faster than some of the other ones she had earlier in the match.
That was perfectly executed with the right step as well, and then pings it left.
And at a huge moment to equalize at 16 apiece.
Yeah, that was important. She can just
Absolutely clutch herself.
Yeah.
All these players with a bit of a clutch gene, I suppose. Hoy and Gross winning the mixed division last week, and of course Ali, Jenke, and Rahul Murthy, national champs in their own right. Murthy with an easy dig here, goes for a high touch, and that I think landed outside the circle of boom.
Where's that?
Boom, as in boom ball. I believe that's a minimum of 20 to 30 feet away from that. I don't think it's painted on the court, but it's implied.
It's an implied circle.
It's an implied circle of boom. Rahul Murthy known for hitting the ball high and far.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, Gross challenged to go on one, but he finds a recovery touch. A soft from Murthy. Tries to set it, and he misses. Can't find the set. Interesting decision there. The ball's so high up that Murthy, you'd hope he lines up. We see here a great touch from Gross, and Hoy sets him for a nice touch. And the ball's in the air so long, I would have hoped to line up the set a little more cleanly. But a great serve at the beginning of this point, this exchange from Jenke, forces Gross to inadvertently return the serve on one.
Yes.
And gets away with the hold in some way.
What a rally. Okay, finds a way. Oh, unlucky.
Oh no, unable to get the finish.
And Hoy Gross is straight back in it. Yeah, I think that first touch from Rahul it went so high that it made the second set incredibly hard because it was coming down at such velocity.
And at this time of day, the sun's getting pretty low, so he's trying to challenge not only a bit of wind, but also the sun, as Gross, looking for a very wide lefty cut serve, has the advantage back after that break on Jenke. So Murthy needs this receive to stay even. Nice drop, but Murthy's quick to the net. And it's high and it's far, and Hoy unable to chase it down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Back at equal. Kara makes a run.
A running kick set.
Tries to kick. Love to see the effort there. Good hustle. Critical point that.
Yeah,
now
gets the advantage back for Jenke Murthy.
Yeah.
Kara Hoy plays the women's division with Sarah Allen, team name Kickstart, trying to kick save that break.
Yep.
For her namesake, I believe. Some sort of point of order there for Rahul Murthy.
Yeah. What's going on there?
Oh, she may be a little winded.
Ooh. Does he swallow? I feel like he swallowed a fly or something. Okay. We're back.
Or is he just making sure he doesn't choke under pressure?
Ooh.
Not sure.
Ooh. I think it was the fly. Hi.
Hoyt needs to keep this close. A good reverse cut.
Wow. They needed that. Oh, man.
Massive serve from Murthy. And now they're up 2018 as we see the movement on that. It stays so wide.
Okay, game point. Let's see if they can stay in it.
They're going to need the hold here. Gross on the receive. And again, Rahul Murthy has a lefty serve, folks.
As do we all.
And I have nothing to say about whether he can make it. Nothing nice, at least. I think I'm not implying anything there, Ruth.
I'm not sure. Double fault.
Double fault from a member of Double Clutch there. And it's all going to fall to Hoy, who has been working through a range of her arsenal of serves.
Yep.
And in 1920, she needs just one here. Doesn't matter how many she hits before.
Goes for a backhand. Wow. Wow.
And
what a serve.
Massive clutch moment for Kara Hoy. We saw her do it to win the women's division last week in Orlando, Florida. Just pulling it out in a big moment.
Oh, my goodness.
Ties this up 2020. You see the effort from Murthy.
Yeah.
Tries to get the save on the touch, but it's no good. Hoy now looking to get the advantage back with a lefty serve. A diving hit from Murthy.
So close.
Clean under Gross's hand. Not sure if he just didn't see that well, but it looked like he was in the position to make the play.
Yeah, I don't quite know what happened there. Just couldn't quite get a hand to it. Okay, we're back on.
Janky serving with advantage. Quick touch, it's up in the air for Murthy. Sets to Janky. Lefty on, and it's through the gap. That's game, set, match for Murthy and Janky. What a sequence. Close it out. Game 1, the same score as game 3, 22-20. Your mixed division champs. This great quick touch lefty. Boy, what an effort trying to chase that down.
With a body block. Let's go.
Crazy hand there.
Yeah, what a hand by
From Ali Janky, just off her hand.
And just the composure to
great set from Murthy, and they're stoked.
Love to see that. Come on.
Yeah. And that's going to do it for our time here in Richmond at the Spikeball Tour Series Challenger. Ruth, thanks so much for joining me in the booth today. Flying all the way from London just to hang out with you guys on stream. Hope you all enjoyed the stream, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Spikeball Tour Series event in Dallas for that Challenger in just 2 weeks. So thanks again for tuning in. I'm Ben Dantowitz. Take care.